Greetings, everyone. It's Seven from London, and I'm coming back with another quick update. Just to let everybody know that they pulled my video down, the part one. For those people who are not aware, I have been horrifically targeted by people in the entertainment industry for the last 20 years. And it's got to a level that is absolutely horrific. And so I wanted to give you all the opportunity to see some of the things that I've lived through. I know a lot of people have been targeted. I'm in the UK. I know people that are targeted in the US and different parts of the world. But my particular journey is one that has historical significance to certain events. And so I wanted to give people that are following my channel and also following me on Twitter and different social media platforms the opportunity to see how extreme and abusive the violations against me and also family members have been over a 20-year period. Now, I've made it really clear I don't want to continue dealing with this. I want to get on with my life. I've got so many amazing things that I want to be getting on with. And I find myself in this situation where I'm being stalked on levels that are, unless you see it, you wouldn't believe it. That's why I decided to make a 4-part video, just giving you the opportunity to look and see how horrific and horrendous the situation is. Now, in recent days, we've seen that there's been a lot of exposure of what's happening with the police, because what I couldn't understand is why the criminals who are very well known were not arrested and haven't been arrested. I've got God knows how many crime reports now. It's probably into the 90s, which began in 2003. And consistently, as time has gone on, these incidents, crime incidents, have got worse and worse and worse and worse. I've been through the entire judiciary. I've never lost a case. Every time I go to court, I win because of the amount of evidence I've got. But that doesn't change the situation. What's happening is that the criminals are being protected, and people that are victims basically are being ignored. We're being ignored by those who are supposed to be protecting us. And on the other level, we're being abused by these criminals. And so I've got to the point where I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want these people in my life. I've gone through every single measure that you can take, and nothing has been deterring these people. This is why I made this video. I wanted people to know what's happening, because I know that a lot of people have been targeted. It's not just myself, and it's not just people from my community. It's a situation where it's out of control. It's out of control because the level of targeting is such that they're using public services in order to carry out a lot of these crimes against us. And basically, it has to come to an end. I'm owed vast amounts of money for my work, which is famous now. It's all over the world. Many of you will be familiar with my shows: Dancing with Stars, You Are What You Eat, 10 Years Younger, Strictly Come Dancing. There's a massive catalogue of shows that belong to me, and this is why I'm being targeted. Because those people who are in the entertainment industry, who go out of their way to steal people's intellectual properties, they use hacking and all kinds of criminal means to steal intellectual property. And when we ask to be paid, they try to kill us. It's an outrageous situation, and it has to come to an end. I just want to be fairly paid, and I want these people out of my life. I want to be credited for my work and paid. Simple as that. And I don't want these people harassing me anymore. Had enough of it. So basically, the part 1 video I made has been pulled down from YouTube. Now, the amazing thing about it is that they said that they've pulled it down on medical grounds. I'm going to show you. Let me share the screen quickly and show you what YouTube have said. Hopefully you can see that okay. All right, so let me move this bar out of the way. I'm trying to move it out of the way. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't move as quickly. Okay, let me make it bigger. See if I can make it bigger. It says, we've reviewed your appeal for the following. Part 1, urgent, massive UK scandal, entertainment business crimes exposed, dirty secrets and cover-ups. That's a fact. It's a fact. I could have made it a lot worse, but I thought, okay, let me just give it a generic kind of title. It says, we've reviewed your content carefully and have confirmed it violates our medical misinformation policy. We know that this is probably disappointing news, but our job is to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. It says how this impacts your content. We won't be putting your content back up on YouTube. If your appeal was for a warning, you will not be given another warning in the future. If your appeal was for a strike, the strike will remain on your channel. You can find more information, and it says, yeah, YouTube Help Center. So now, as you saw from the title, my video was about the crimes that have been perpetrated against me, not just me, many, many other people. My case involves atrocities that took place. It involves false flag terrorism. It involves domestic terrorism. It involves gang stalking and stalking of me. Also, obviously, my cousin, I've mentioned before, for those of you who have watched my videos, was murdered. He was poisoned and they covered it up. They didn't even give me the right to bury him and basically give him a proper funeral. His body was cremated without my permission, my approval. The whole thing has been a horror story from start to finish. And basically for YouTube to say, because what my response to YouTube was that basically I'm a victim of domestic terror and I'm trying to protect myself and protect other people. And for them to say on medical grounds, when it's clear from the title, this was nothing to do with medical. Obviously, the crime syndicate involves Virgin, and Virgin took over the NHS, and I mentioned that. But the reality is, this is a lot of different aspects to this case. And this is why in the beginning of the video, I said, it's a long video. I'm going to break it up into 4 parts because it is a 20-year journey that is not going to be in one video. And so basically the part 1, I broke it down. I also gave the testimony that was done by Tony Farrell, the brilliant, amazing Tony Farrell, who came and saw the evidence, and he made the Farrell report. And this report was given to various different police stations, and it's been covered up. It's been covered up. Now, if you've been watching the news of late, they've showed that there's a lot of people in the police force that were former criminals or what have you. So they're in a situation where they're trying to clean up the Metropolitan Police, and hopefully they will do that, because for us victims, it has been a nightmare. There's even been, I think, the commissioner of victims has spoken out and said it's pure evil that has been going on. And so right now we're in a situation where everybody has to recognize, particularly for those of us in the UK, victims in the UK do not have protection of the people that are public services who are supposed to be protecting us are not. So my thoughts on that are, what we need to be doing is we need to set up protective mechanisms. At this time, we need to set up protective mechanisms. So in other words, we need to connect with people that are trustworthy, people that you know well, and set up groups of people together where you can actually set up protection. Because right now, we're not in a position to be able to move around freely. Victims have contacted me saying that they can't go to work. They have to have protection to go to work. So I'm calling out to a lot of the brothers out there as well. If you watch this video, I'm appealing to anybody who, especially people that are from large groups like the Nation of Islam. You've got the Nubian Nation. We've got the Hebrew Israelites. We need you brothers that are in vast numbers to get together to start putting protective mechanisms for, particularly for women and women in my community that are unprotected right now. We need to form groups of people, because if we look at the crime situation that's going on, it's absolutely horrendous, especially if you consider what's going on with the whole sea situation. I'm not going to say the word because they'll take the video down. So we need to get together in groups, minimum 10 people, as many people as you can gather, so that you can start actually providing protection for yourself, because there is no protection as far as any police force is concerned. In my case, I've got a crime report that spans 20 years and not one crime has been followed up anywhere. Not one. I've asked for restraining orders. Not one of these requests for restraining orders has been met. The people that are carrying out these crimes are actually the ones that are being protected. So we're in a situation right now, and I would say it's probably the same all around the world. I would say that wherever you are, particularly if you're targeted, it doesn't matter what community you're from. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of people in my own community, in the Black community, that are being violated in horrific ways. Women are being put onto the streets, forced onto the streets, and made homeless deliberately. And so we're in situations whereby we have to provide protection for ourselves, because the way things are going, if we do not provide protection, it's going to get a lot worse. And so in order for us to ensure that our family members are safe and well, that can travel around freely, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people being stalked inside their houses as well. And I'm about to put out, I did a panel discussion, and we're going to keep it going. If you are targeted and you want to come on a panel and discuss what has happened to you, please get in touch with me. Just leave a comment. I don't mind where you are in the world, but we need to get exposure on people's personal situations, because you'll find that a lot of people are in exactly the same situations that don't know each other. Targeting is real, people. It's horrific, and it's not being brought to the surface because the organizations and the departments and the judiciary are not actually protecting anybody, and they're not arresting anybody. So it's just become a nightmare. It's become a real bad situation for everyone. So in order for us to protect each other, let's form groups with people that you trust. That's the most important component, trustworthy people, because there's a lot of people out there that are absolutely fake. And so you have to make sure that if you're getting together with other people, make sure that you know who you're dealing with. So it was just a short video, not too long today, just to give you an update and let you know that we are in a situation where we're building protection. Obviously, for us in our community, many of our people in our community are being killed and murdered. So it's a critical time, people. It's a critical time. Hopefully, as time goes on, we'll start to see some of these people being arrested and being restrained, in the very least, from continuing to terrorize us. Okay? We have to see an end to this, and it's going to take everybody's participation. So please report on these things, people. Don't just watch these videos and think that's the end of it. Get involved. Make sure that your neighbors, your friends check on each other, especially particularly women and children. Check on each other, especially women. If you're going out anywhere, let people that you know and that you trust know where you're going, who you're going with. Make sure you give them phone numbers of where you can be contacted. Check in with somebody that you know. Keep it regular, because it's a dangerous time. It's a dangerous time, but we are going to bring this to the surface, and we will see an end to it. But obviously, it takes everybody's participation. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched my videos, shared my videos. Obviously, the numbers are being kept down, because I've noticed when I did an actual search on the analytics, it was thousands of people. But if you look at my videos, they're kept to 50 people, maximum 200 people. But reality, it's a lot more. I'm being basically shadow banned, and in order to silence me, basically, because obviously there are people that have done things and they don't want the world to know what they've done. However, karma comes to us all. Karma comes to us all, good or for bad, makes no difference. You cannot go around terrorizing people because you want money and think people are just going to sit down and take your abuse. No, we're not. So shout out to everybody who is liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please do, because it helps the channel to grow. Also, I'm going to put a link to that part 1 video that's been removed on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description of this video of where you can watch it. And also, can you please, anybody who's watching my videos, if you can subscribe to me on Rumble. So if you go to rumble.com, and it's exactly the same name. If you go to Urgent UK News Updates on Rumble, you can see my content there as well, because obviously YouTube might take down this channel. It's amazing, because I don't even have that many subscribers or that many views, but they already looking to strike the channel. It's because I'm telling the truth. If I wasn't telling the truth, they would leave the video. They wouldn't give a damn about it. But they're sabotaging and they're silencing my voice, because it involves criminality that is being covered up in the UK, and we have to change it. We cannot live with people terrorizing us 24/7, year in, year out. It's been 20 years of this nonsense, and I can't deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with it. I want to do better things. I want to get into some music shows and some creative content. I've got loads of shows lined up, so stay tuned for that. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if anybody has uploaded my video, please get it out to people. They don't want people to see what has gone on. And so it's important that everybody share the information. Even if you don't share my video, at least talk about the subject matter, because it involves everybody's safety. And so also, one other thing before I go, you can connect with me on Twitter. It's the same name, Urgent UK. I think it's Urgent UK or UK Urgent, but it's actually Urgent UK News Updates, but Twitter makes it shorter. So it will be probably UK Urgent, something like that. So just type that in, and please subscribe to me on Twitter if you're on there as well. And I'll keep you posted on what's coming. I've got other videos coming, so please subscribe to the channel to help it to grow. Let's get the numbers up and let's get the information out there so that I can make some much more creative content. Okay, so I'll speak to you again in another video. Signing out for now. Peace, love, and divinity. Stay safe, everybody.